Our guest today is rather special. Not only is he a police officer with a human face, he also teaches people the way to happiness, which is rather unique. We are delighted to have on our program today Mr. Rajneesh Gupta. Welcome to the program. Now this, this wonderful thing that you're doing in Arunachal now, of course you did that in Delhi earlier, the way to happiness. What is this all about?
See, the way to happiness is a program where we are teaching moral and human values, which are being divided into 21 chapters.
Okay.
Now this forms basically a video where these 21 precepts, as they call, are shown in 1 minute clipping.
Okay.
Now this 1 minute clipping touches the heart of any viewer so deep that I found that yes, they can speak even, after watching 1 minute, they can speak for half an hour on this.
What is it about this video or this program that you do which is different from other kinds of, say, meditation programs or self-help programs? How is it different?
First of all, it is a capsule. It's a sort of a thing that yes, you can read it to yourself, which is in the form of a book at your leisure.
Okay.
And then when you do it, it's more of a practical thing.
Okay.
It's just not a theory.
Okay.
For example, the first one is that take care of yourself. And then the video shows a jogger, a person who is having some fruits in the morning and getting a medical checkup, and this with a sort of a visual, he sees that yes, I should also follow it. So the very first chapter starts about yourself, and the last chapter says flourish and prosper.
Okay.
So the moment I show this video, when I saw it for the first time, this was in English.
Okay.
And immediately it came to my mind, you do it in Hindi.
Achha.
Because the reach, because I was talking to, say, my constables.
Right.
And when I am talking to the public, most of them have more reception with the Hindi rather than English. So after each 1 minute, I used to pause and then translate.
Achha.
So this is how it grew, and the more I showed it, the more I found that the people are saying you repeat it.
So now you started by showing this to your colleagues and your subordinates, or did you go out in the...
My police stations.
Right.
I started with the police stations.
Okay.
I did it for the first time in 2012 in Delhi,
Okay.
in Northeast district in Seelampur area,
Okay.
in police station Welcome area, where it was, I used to find time not during the day.
Okay.
It was only at 6 p.m. when there was a pitch dark. It was about to be, the darkness was yet to take over. And I used to go to the police station and showed it to my staff.
Okay.
They were spellbound. They didn't know how half an hour went, and my relationship with them improved a lot. Of course, we had wonderful programs, showed them the video, distributed them the books. About the books, I would tell that when I came across this book and when I give it to them, they said, sir, can I have one more?
Achha.
One for my friend. So then I said, I think 400 books are not going to be sufficient. Then I calculated the whole rowing area population is 50,000. So
This is now in Lower Dibang.
I am talking about Lower Dibang Valley, and the headquarter is rowing.
Okay.
So 50,000 people I thought of distributing every member of my district this book. So I have started doing it, and as I have started giving it to the person as I am going on the road, I find there is somebody who is smoking. I stop my vehicle. I just give it to him. Two things happen. One thing is a communication which is non-verbal.
Which is a very important part of
Which is a very important part, that somebody is not whipping them for doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Telling him politely something, that there is something in this book, and he automatically at least hides it.
Hides his hand. Yeah.
This is for the first time happening, because previously what was happening was, as the police officer is passing by, they were doing it on his face. Now at least they are hiding it behind. The first step towards correction making them realize, yes, they are at least doing something wrong. The problems of Arunachal Pradesh as a the masses, they don't see alcohol to be a bad thing.
Okay.
It is being served in their all social functions. There's a local ampum, they say.
Acha.
Is a local made rice
Brew.
beer.
Okay.
I mean, which is much more strong than our normal hard drinks.
Okay.
And they don't see it as a taboo or something, which is, I mean, even the women take it with the equal thing. They participate, they enjoy. But as an extension of the modern so-called society values, now they are not unable to stop their own children of doing excessive alcoholism.
Okay. So it's leading to
So it is leading to
addictions.
problems,
Yeah.
addictions, drugs,
Yeah.
and then it is coming to other problems. So if you have to approach them, you have to approach them with a different yardstick. So I found the way to happiness to be a beautiful yardstick.
What a beautiful yardstick. And you yourself don't look like a tough policeman anyway.
No, I am.
You
but
are?
because
No, but the gentle approach probably appeals to their, instinctive survival instinct to trust you.
see, the problem with them is that first you have to make that, yes, you mean your purpose.
Yeah, you mean well.
You mean well.
Mm.
And if you are able to convey that, yes, you have come to serve them, not
Right.
to rule them, then they accept you.
That's very important.
Now, how to convey that? Now, that is very important, because our day starts with one arrest or two arrests, and it finishes off with that. Where is that kind of a teaching? We are not supposed to teach them.
Mm.
And suppose we are teaching to the targeted person, he is already arrested.
That's
So
true.
we can't, take him out and then tell him that, and then he say, why are you telling me? I'm already, behind bars.
Uh-huh.
So it becomes difficult.
But there
But-
is this very interesting story about that young boy who'd come to your.
Yeah, I would like to share that one story when during one evening, one couple was, there was the group of boys snatched their bag.
Mhm.
They were caught,
Mm.
and when they were brought to the police station, there were some acquaintances. It came to their thing, and then the complainant said that we don't want a case.
Okay.
And they of course were brought to me, and then it was Sunday morning. First I was not really coming out to meet them.
Mhm.
And then I said, okay, you come inside. The complainant as well as these boys, there were three of them,
And you said they were educated.
and they were educated. One of the boy was in class 10th, and the other was class 8th, and the elder one who was second year student of graduation.
Mhm.
So I called them as they were sitting in my drawing room. I opened my laptop and played the video. I said, you have to watch it for 2 hours and then give your feedback. And then I will tell you whether to give the case or not.
Okay.
And as they watched the video, and I was of course doing my own things and having a social call, and I went outside also and then came back. By the time I come back, the video was over, and they were writing down.
Oh, they had made notes.
And they are making what they learned out of it, and whether what they liked about it. So I would like to actually read one of the boy what he wrote.
Oh, that would be lovely.
The boy is a resident of Cheta, in an area in our place.
Mhm.
It's one of the village. He says the way to happiness is very helpful for both the students and the society.
I see.
The whole video contains very thoughtful messages and relevant to the truth. The video spreads many messages like respect others, avoid drug consumption, do not steal, and mostly related to the crime. It teaches true meaning of life through which one can overcome or achieve his or her aim. It deals not only with the personal but the whole world as a whole, and convinces us to take responsibilities of every surrounding along with personal life.
That's so beautifully reflected upon by this young boy.
And the last para, which is very thought-provoking, I think this video must be spread all over institutes.
That's quite amazing.
He says he shouldn't confine it to me.
So this is a petty thief.
It's a petty thief
who's responding to the video.
Who's responding to the video? 2 hours, and something more is coming more next times, so that others can learn and take responsibilities of their surroundings and personal life. This is what triggered my response, that yes, I am going to show it to every Arunachal, every person of the Arunachal Pradesh or Northeast region, and maybe why Northeast, the whole of country.
That's quite amazing. And crime rate has actually come down, hasn't it, after you started showing this program?
I was just going through my statistics. Of course, there is overall the crime rate is very less in my district, but the last year the number of accidents, including the fatal one, were 15, including 6 fatal accidents. And in this year, ending 31st of March, the number of accidents has come down to 6, with fatal accidents as only 2.
That's quite incredible.
And I think if I can bring down that the crime by self-help, I mean the people are taking their own life seriously now in a much better way.
We'll take a short break, because this is something we need to really think about, the way to happiness and how easily it is available to all of us.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Doordarshan has always been holding up a mirror to the true emotions of India. We have been part of your joys and your celebrations. And for every parent, there is no greater joy than the birth of their child.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Every birthday that follows is celebrated with abundant joy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Come, share your joy with us.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to
We will celebrate your child's birthday in our program, Aaj Savere, being telecast Monday to Saturday at 7:30 AM on DD National. If your child is between the ages of 1 to 7 years, please send your child's photograph and date of birth to Additional Director General, Doordarshan Kendra, Delhi, room number 821, Doordarshan Bhavan, Tower B, Mandi House, New Delhi 110001, or email at aajsavere@ddkdelhi.org.in.
Welcome back. Our guest today is a senior IPS officer who's bringing about change in people's lives by showing them the way to happiness. Shri Rajneesh Gupta. We were talking about how crime rate has come down in such a big way in Arunachal, where you have started this program.
The police is sent to be seen as a fence sitter.
Right.
It comes only when the problem comes.
In fact, normally the the stereotype is that they come after the problem
after
is
the incident happens. So by making my presence, and by making not my, is a police presence in the society, you are doing a communication one-on-one. I like to share that when I was inspired to do it and show it in schools, I was invariably asked that give us more books. And I incidentally just like to show that that I did it in English, few books and few books in Hindi.
Right.
It so happened that out of 20,000 books, 15,000 were in Hindi and 5,000 were in English.
Okay.
So since English books were lesser in number, so the children were coming to me, so can I have an English copy of the same? So they were so keen. So they were not only forthcoming in having a book copy with them, they wanted to help somebody else also. Because कोई भी चीज़ आपको अच्छी लगती है, आप कम से कम कोशिश करते हैं कि आप अपने कम से कम परिवार में या दोस्त को तो ज़रूर बताएं,
अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड को तो
अपने
ज़रूर
बेस्ट फ्रेंड को ज़रूर
हाँ.
दिखाएं. Same thing was happening, and it was happening so automatically. I was not really making any effort. I was making myself only available. Yes, I am available.
Mhm.
And as I was inspired by, when I was touching the troubled people, so I went to our, jail. We have about 40 inmates who are under trials.
Mhm.
I showed them the video. We don't have a very space over there, so they were inside the, the little place. After showing the video, I got their feedback. Of course, the feedback was similar.
Mhm.
And there were all kind of criminals, murder and extortions, and all crimes. Any crime you name it, it is there. As a follow-up, as a keen follow, because they were there available, so I went after a few days. One of them showed his drawing and painting based on the subject.
Acha.
This drawing, he blowed it up
Uh-huh.
as an artist, and he showed it to me.
I see.
I was able to bring out an artist in one of the person. He was naturally there. So you communicate, and then he starts correcting.
Right.
In the confinement of that particular cell,
Mhm.
if I am giving them one positive aspect of doing, but that person, when he comes back to the normal society,
Mhm.
at least he will not repeat the mistakes.
You've been doing road shows also, no? Anywhere you see a bunch
Yeah.
of people, you just stop and you play the video.
In
That's
fact,
quite amazing.
Arunachal Pradesh, we don't have electricity.
Acha.
So, it's as the name suggests, Arunachal Pradesh, the sun rises early and sets also early. About 1.5 hour gap is there.
I see.
So, in normal days, 5 o'clock it gets dark.
Mhm.
And as I used to do the evening patrolling, and I go there, I found that yes, if I have an inverter, if I have the PA system with me,
Mhm.
I can do as many shows as I can.
That's wonderful.
So I got some resources of the social people over there,
Mhm.
got a projector,
Mhm.
PA system, and the inverter. And sometimes if the inverter is not available, I take the inverter of my home. Go to the place. One of the place where they have a lot of community halls where they do their festivals and all that. I went, and as usual, there is no electricity. And as I showed the video, after the video, I asked them to give the feedback. Pen was with me, paper was with me, but there was no electricity. So they used the torch of their mobile
Okay.
to write the feedbacks. And they say, आज के बाद मैं शराब नहीं पीऊँगा. People at 6 o'clock, when it is a time to actually take liquor,
Mhm.
and they are writing, आज के बाद मैं शराब नहीं पीऊँगा.
What is the magic behind this formula? Is it because it is non-religious?
See, it is simple,
Okay.
and it works in such a way that it says a message,
Right.
and then it allows you to think.
I see.
For example, there is one which I was sharing.
Uh-huh.
It depicts this picture and says, "Be worthy of trust,"
Right. So
and
here-
says it all. I mean, you don't have to tell him in words that what is trust. I think the magic works is that when you write down, you see the movie, it is okay, and it goes off the mind. But I make him think that what you learnt out of it.
Mhm.
There is a clipping where it shows that the person says, "Luke, we have got." There's a competition where that there are 3 curtains. Behind curtain number 1 is more drugs that your body can consume.
Hmm.
Behind curtain number 2 are drugs.
Hmm.
Behind curtain number 3 is your family, your friends. What do you want to choose? And suddenly the Luke is being told that you want another beer?
Hmm.
and he just refuses.
A practical aspect to this, because when it comes to addiction of any kind, the person has to undergo de-addiction because the body chemicals have changed. So is there something of that sort also, any kind of de-addiction programs also that you are conducting?
We have conducted sessions for people who are already affected by this menace, and there they had a 6-day program, and we helped them to come out of it. In fact, we were the one who participated in the first program ourselves.
Okay.
And the Itanagar, they had a team. They came to our place, and but again, that program needs infrastructure, which is there.
And you've
But
also
I'm-
been doing the Brahma Kumari meditations.
We have, in fact, that is another vertical.
Right.
Where we are taking help of Brahma Kumaris. There is a center over there in Roing, and they're doing a fantastic job. There again, we are sending the children to, or the person who are doing that thing, to Brahma Kumaris. In fact, I want to share one incident. I got a call from a place that a person is fired in the evening. Luckily, nobody was injured, and he did not want to file the FIR, but he want to, punish that person.
Okay.
And the person was again, related to, they're all relatives to each other and in the family. As I seized his gun of doing something crime, I asked him, "Why did you do it?" Sir, I don't remember that I did it. Then I sent him to Brahma Kumaris for first day. As he was sitting in my vehicle, his all family circles, came to Brahma Kumaris, thinking that he might be put behind bars. Now, instead of putting him behind bars, I am taking him to Brahma Kumaris. He had attended the first day, and then he said, "Okay, you come. Can you come on this day?" And he is a government employee,
Which is even worse.
which is even worse. After attending the first session, I said, "Okay, from tomorrow onwards you have to come, but your gun is with me. Well, I'll not give it to you." And to my surprise, he completed the course. And since he's an electrician by he's in electric department there, and never had this problem again. So they conducted 7-day course with him, and he started going regularly to the center. And by sheer meditation and that process, he was able to come out of that addiction of alcohol. But I'm looking towards much more deeper solutions, because drugs is again a problem. And as on date, Delhi does have that solutions, but I am not able to actually bring people from there to Delhi, or maybe other places where the centers are there. Of course, Northeast, we have Guwahati, we have centers. But people who are really addicted are less. I'm more focusing on people in general, so that they don't fall into trap.
You were part of All India Radio, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. In 1990, I joined All India Radio as assistant station engineer through engineering services. Was there for about 3 years.
So you didn't like us?
No. No, it was indeed a learning experience. A lot of things it is a nostalgia when I have come here. I designed initial part, Shimla studio.
I see.
92, I was in P&D unit at that time. And very interesting thing, when I asked for leave for, preparing for the exams, he said, "Rajneesh, for you, there are so many new studios which are there. You just go there, it is pin drop silence, you will not be disturbed." And such a support I got from everybody over here. It's a big family. Of course, I have come to a different service, but my heart is still
But
here.
what was the reason? Did you come into this service because you just came into it and your heart was not here, or did you have a different?
Police was not my choice. I mean, I would say. I'm honestly admitting that
So as
Quite
a young kid, you
as
didn't
as
see
as a
yourself.
fresh. Even when I got this service, I was not really keen to join.
Acha.
But somewhere when then I decided, okay, what are the facilities? Maybe you look forward for a house and ऑल इंडिया रेडियो में शायद घर नहीं मिलता है, तो कुछ इस तरह की चीज़ें, छोटी छोटी सी चीज़ें थी जो मुझे लगा कि चलिए पुलिस में करते हैं. Then I first decided not to join. Then somebody say, see, you always have a lien in central government service. You can go back to the All India Radio. So just come here and see if it is good. And you can go back even after 2 years. In All India Radio, everybody used to say, keep smiling and don't forget your smile. So it was a long journey. I mean, after coming so many years, probably we have to really redefine ourselves and seek a higher purpose of service, which a fresher student is not able to see. For us, initially, job is a job, but as I see higher purpose, it is no more a job. The basic necessities have been taken care of. 20th of March every year has been declared by the United Nations as the International Day of Happiness.
Happiness, yes.
So I was talking to one of my, a friend in Delhi, say, why don't you take out a, march by children, because they are all inspired by the way to happiness, and why don't you do that? And then the brush starts rolling. And as a creative person, तो मैंने कहा मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. Again that thought comes ना कि मैं पीस मार्च करूँ या हैप्पीनेस मार्च करूँ, कैसे करूँगा? बट मैम ने किया. दिल्ली से हमारे दोस्त भी आए, टीम भी आई. We distributed T-shirts, having the logo and a message. Take care of yourself. Be competent. Be worthy of trust. Carrying that T-shirt. And they were carrying the placards, and there were about 2,500 of them. You see, 20th of March, school children, because the exams days are there, I had only 4 classes, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. 10th there were exams, 11th exams, 12th exams. 4 classes, and teachers were there. Morning they are doing duty, evening we were actually planning कि placards कहाँ से बनेंगे. फिर टी-शर्ट्स का डिज़ाइन ऑफ कोर्स दे वर प्रिंटेड इन दिल्ली एंड देन दे वर ब्रॉट बैक. फिर हमने कहा रिफ्रेशमेंट्स, किसने क्या काम करना है. सुबह से शाम तक टीचर्स जो हैं एग्जाम्स दिला रहे हैं, वो प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं. एंड देन इन द इवनिंग वी आर डूइंग दोज थिंग्स, एंड इट was a stupendous success.
That is such an inspirational thing to do, to contribute as much as you can to society, and you're doing it so beautifully. Rajneesh Gupta sir, thank you so much for being on our program
and
today.
Starting the day for the contribution, such a wonderful thing.
Absolutely, and you're giving inspiration to so many people who are watching this program today.
And I want to say to everybody who wants to join police, or even if you want to serve Arunachal Pradesh, that don't lessen your smile. Smile has nothing to do. It doesn't interfere with your work. It doesn't interfere with your subordinates.
It just makes you happier.
It makes you happier from inside, as well as makes the other person happy. And that should be the purpose of life as it is mine. Thank you.
So let's smile and say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.